Well, thank you very much for coming to my session. I will try to explain a little bit how you can build community on your organization. I will try to do my best. I will explain what are the benefits, what are the issues that we all find in our daily basis on our companies or our projects and how to fix those issues, okay? But a little bit about me first. Well, my name is Montan Franco. I work as technical manager at Entity Data, and I'm playing the role of product owner at European institutions. I was born in Cáceres, Extremadura, so close to, to Évora. And yeah, as you can see here, I have been working with Drupal since long time ago, more than I wanted in the beginning. But I have to tell you that I felt very engaged by the community. That's why I really love Drupal, not only for the coding, but also for the community. So, what does community culture mean? That's very important. So, in the context of a community, we are supposed to be open. Normally, there is a lot of transparency that we have to build, including everybody or making sure that everybody is available for participation on any project, any decision making, any technical approach. That's very important when we talk about community, to be open and to be transparent, okay? Inclusivity and diversity, these are other two words that are here somewhere. This means that as a community, we have to welcome individuals from any background or any experience they have, okay? It's important also to talk about meritocracy when we are talking about community, because it's so important to put in value the contributions that people are doing to this community. The culture of recognition in an organization is quite important. Of course, collaboration and between the different members of the community to share knowledge, to solve problems together, to build solutions together. The freedom and the flexibility are also there in this cloud of words. Why freedom and flexibility? At the end, you know that Drupal is a product, it's an open source product that we all have the freedom to use as we need, to modify it and distribute it as a software. So it's important that we have this mindset in the community of the freedom and the flexibility. Of course, continuous learning and improving. I think one of the best things or the things that I love much from the community culture is that I learn a lot from colleagues. People is encouraged to help, to explore new things, go outside of the comfort zone, supported by others that they have more experience. And sustainability, that's another important thing that we have in this cloud of words, because at the end, in a community, we are supposed to build something that is sustainable, that is gonna be adapted during the time. There are a lot of releases support, long-term releases support. We have security, we have usability, we have accessibility. The product has to be sustainable, okay? So these are, let's say, like the good things of having this community mindset. Why? From my point of view, of course, we can debate later on during the round of questions. Why I think it's very important for an organization to have a community culture. I think an organization of 2 Drupalists or 200 Drupalists, it doesn't mind. You have to also always bring this community culture, but especially if you have multicultural teams with different languages, with different time zones. If your team is working remotely, which is happening nowadays, is a reality, so they never share time together in person. In some cases, they have never met in person. If the team is divided between projects, so we create here like a small silos between the projects on the clients, and they only have a sense of belonging project-based or client-based, not as a group of people working in Drupal. And if we have competitive teams, but in the wrong sense, okay? So people that is really competing against others instead of supporting each other. Okay, if you have these four approaches or situations on your organization, from my point of view, as I mentioned, we can discuss later, you have a problem. Well, you have actually a lot of problems. The first one is that the knowledge and the experience doesn't flow. What we mentioned about openness, transparency, inclusivity, diversity is only being in the context of one project and not in the context of the whole team of people working for the organization, okay? Also, there is no team growing among the self-evolution in the project, people committing the same mistakes from one project to another, they don't share this kind of knowledge, which is very valuable. The second issue that we have is that there is no reusability of solutions from one project to another, from one team to another. So there is no meritocracy, there is no collaboration outside the project. The contributions are not done. It's very difficult then to contribute as an organization to Drupal, to the Drupal community. And also, I would like to say that with no reusability solutions, we create like selfishness, little monsters, that they don't want to share code, they don't want to share knowledge, they don't want to share documentation because they prefer to be unreplaceable. And for me, as a technical manager, this is an issue. Then, if we focus on only to build solutions in the project context, then we are building very ad hoc approaches that are not flexible outside the context of this project, neither sustainable. Plus, most probably, your team is getting demotivated and unhappy, and you know what happened here. A team member that is not happy is not gonna have this sense of belonging beyond the project, and most probably will be less productive and will leave your organization soon. But again, this is my feeling, okay, based on my experience. How we can solve those issues in case you have them, or how you can implement a community culture even if you don't have those issues, because people is really nice and they talk each other, okay? Well, you have to create a frame. And a frame, I will explain later on what is, but normally you need to create a space where people can meet with tools to share information, documentation, knowledge, with dedicated time to invest time on this frame. You have also to put in value the frame, meaning that you cannot force the people. You have to convince them that the frame is good, that the knowledge sharing is good, and that they will make others grow, but they will benefit also from this frame. And the most important part, you have to identify inside your team key and respected team members, that they have this community culture because they participate in different events, because they contribute in, I don't know, global spring weekends or other type of events, and they have this culture. You have to rely on them, ask them to help you to build this frame, okay? That's very important. Until now, any question? Because then I'm gonna explain to you two cases, but I prefer that everything until here is clear. Does anybody have a question of what we discussed until now? All clear? Great. Yes. Do you want the microphone? Great.
Very valuable. How do you advocate it to the management, to decision makers? How do you persuade that it is an environment like a garden bed worth watering and nourishing?
There are two things to convince management. I'm part of management, so nobody have to convince me, but I have to explain to others so I understand the question. There are two key things. I don't know if this is creating noise. If so, apologies. Notoriety. Having people involved in a community culture, they will contribute, they will go to events, they will propose sessions, and this is gonna provide to your company notoriety, but also investing a little bit of time letting them to contribute, to talk each other, the reusability between one project to another, the unification of the processes, of the coding, of the testing and everything in a medium long term will really make the company save money. So money and notoriety. This is the way to let's say, convene high management of a company based on our experience, okay? Always is our experience. I know companies, they have their own culture. It might be easier in some cases, more difficult on others, but actually money and notoriety, these are very good arguments, I think, for a company. Any other question? No? Okay, then I continue. Let me know the time, guys, around, I don't know, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. ¿Cuánto? Dímelo. 11, 10 minutos? Okay, I will try to go fast, okay? Well, on my company, in the moment we wanted to build this frame, we look at the Drupal community because it's a model that is actually working, you know. So looking at that, we evaluated how the community acts and try to replicate what the things that we thought they will work for us. So what we created is certain initiatives to foster the topics that we wanted to invest on. So we have contributions, security, front-end innovation, communication, authority, talent, and improvements, okay? And as I mentioned, we try to engage key team members that they have the respect of the others because they are seniors, they know a lot about technology, they support people already. So we try to involve them on each of these initiatives and to act as a kind of leaders, okay? I won't have time to go through everything, but I will try to explain the ones that I think they are important, okay? Contribution. In order to reinforce the usability of different technical approaches from one project to another, but also to contribute back to the community, we have the contribution initiatives where we are collecting all the contributions we can offer, and we organize together with a team the contributions, the patches when we need them to be part of a project. So it's like a mutual benefit. So we contribute back to the community, but on the modules that we know we will need. So we are, again, saving time and money, okay? Innovation nowadays is very important. We give people the time and the space to experiment. So they learn, they grow, and they also think out of the box and bring new topics to the table, new approaches that are very interesting. One of the key initiatives we have is talent, when we foster the knowledge sharing and support people by coaching. Every month, more or less, we have an internal training. We have also tech pills. We have a certification path with mentoring for people they want to get a certification, and the mentors are people that they already have certifications. Of course, we have a communication team that is facilitating that to every single team member. It doesn't matter if it's working on Lisbon or on Barcelona, they received all the information and they are aware of what is happening in the context of the community. And as I mentioned, as a company, as an organization, it's very important the authority to promote inside the company that the company is sponsoring events like this one, that is giving the people the time and encouraging the team to propose sessions. This is very important for the notoriety and is one of the key things that you asked me. And of course, there are regular meetings to organize ourselves, review collaboration between initiatives, but at the end is, to be honest, see the Drupal community, evaluate what suits you on your organization, and replicate the model. We are not reinventing the wheel, okay? We have the community that I mentioned in entity data. We are organizing with this frame that I told you, like this, and now we are helping our clients to implement that. So for example, in European Commission, we just launched the Drupal Community of Practice for European Commission and European Union institution, bodies and agencies, too long the name, because what happened in European Commission is that Drupal is one of the technologies more used. There is two products based on Drupal that people, they can use to build their websites. One is not so flexible, the other one has more flexibility, but at the end there is a lot of agencies, a lot of contractors using Drupal, but they are not really aware of the progress of these products, the roadmap that these products have in terms of functionalities, new services that are integrated on these products. So in Commission, they thought that they will need also a community of practice to facilitate all this knowledge and also to bring contributions to this product and foster contributions to the Drupal community, because at the end, European Commission is a public administration that is really making an effort to contribute back to the community. In the case of the European Commission, we don't call it initiatives, we call it work streams. And we have contribution, innovation, talent, DevSecOps and QA, events and communication, and governance, okay? Well, governance is more than a work stream, is a way of facilitating this community culture in all the different agencies, general directorates that we have in the European Commission. As you can imagine, it's a very big organization, okay? And that's all. Do you have any question? If not, I can show you more in details about the initiatives or the work streams, whatever you prefer. How many time do we have? 5 minutes? Perfect time. Any question? No question? Okay. Then thank you very much.